If you have a job interview coming up either in the next hour or 24 hours, the clock is ticking. You don't have long to prepare. So to help you, in this video, I'm going to give you brilliant last-minute interview tips to help you pass your job interview at the first attempt. If you are applying for any job role with any company, you do not want to miss this lesson. Okay, let's start working through my last-minute interview tips that will help you pass. Please write these down. Last-minute interview tip number 1 is to make sure you quickly research the company you are being interviewed to work at. Now, this is really important. If you don't research the company, it tells the hiring manager you are only interested in a paycheck. If they find out that you've done no research about their company, you will not get the job offer. So, to quickly research the company before your interview, do the following 3 things. Number 1, take a quick look at the company's About Us page on their website. Find out what they actually do, the industry they operate in, and also if they have any company values, make sure you familiarize yourself with them. Number 2, have a look at the company's products and services. Find out what they actually sell or offer. And number 3, this is really important, make sure you follow them on social media. So this is important because when you follow them on social media, you will be aware of their latest news stories. Last minute interview tip number 2 is very important, but it is often overlooked by candidates, and that is to dress professionally. Let me explain why. Now, when you first attend the job interview, the hiring manager will form an impression of you within the first 7 seconds. If you haven't made any effort in your appearance, they will think you don't have high standards. Make sure you dress to impress. It will definitely make a difference. Last minute interview tip number 3 is really important. However, it is often overlooked by the majority of interview candidates, and that is to make sure you quickly read the job description before your interview. Let me explain why. The job description is the blueprint for the role you are applying for, and on the job description there will be a list of essential skills and qualities needed to perform the job role competently. When you read the job description before your interview, you will be at an advantage because you will know what strengths are needed in the role. And that's going to help you answer the question, what are your greatest strengths? Last minute interview tip number 4 is going to save you a lot of hassle. And that is to take with you to your interview your CV or resume. Here's why. Toward the beginning of the interview, the hiring manager might say to you, walk me through your CV or resume. If you haven't familiarized yourself with its contents, then you could end up giving a weak response and failing your interview as a result. If you take your CV or resume with you to the interview, when they ask you that question, you can take it out and read from its contents. Last minute interview tip number 5 is one I would like you to pay particular attention to, and that is to think carefully about how you are going to answer the first question, tell me about yourself. Now, we know right at the very start of your interview, the hiring manager will say, welcome to the interview, please tell me about yourself. You will be the most nervous right at the start. And if you don't give a confident answer, you will probably fail the rest of the interview. Now, when you answer the question, tell me about yourself, I want you to talk about 4 things. The skills you have that match the job description, your education background and any experience you can bring to the role, details of any accomplishments you have achieved, and then finally, the type of person you are and what you will do for the company. Now, those 4 things stand for SEAT, S-E-A-T, and you can remember that structure. Tell me about yourself, because you will be sitting down on a seat at your interview. If you want to watch me give a brilliant answer to this difficult question, click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video at any time. Last minute interview tip number 6 is a really simple one, but it's going to make a massive difference to the outcome of your job interview. And that is, before your job interview, write down a list of your top 5 strengths. You will focus on these strengths throughout the interview when answering the questions. Now, the top 5 strengths for interviews are, write these down. Number 1, being a good collaborator. That means you work well as part of a team. Strength number 2 is being flexible and adaptable. That means you will be flexible with your job description to help the company in times of need. Strength number 3 is being cost conscious. That means you will take care of company supplies and resources to help them save money. Strength number 4 is being responsive. That means you act quickly to complete your tasks and responsibilities. And strength number 5 is being commercially aware. That means you understand you have to do a great job for your employer to give them a good return on your salary. Last minute interview tip number 7, again, is a very important one. And that is, before your interview, to consider your weakness. Now, during your job interview, the hiring manager is going to say to you, what is your biggest weakness? The majority of people respond by saying either, I don't have any weaknesses, or they say their biggest weakness is being a perfectionist. Do not say either of those things. The 3 best weaknesses for job interviews are public speaking, impatience, and finding it difficult to say no to people, which means you sometimes overcommit. Last minute interview tip number 8 is a really important one, and that is to make sure you prepare 3 smart questions to ask at the end of your job interview. Now, at the end of your interview, the hiring manager will say to you, that's the end of the interview. Do you have any questions for us? The majority of candidates respond by saying, no, I don't have any questions because you covered everything in the interview. That is a missed opportunity. I recommend you ask the following 3 questions. Please write these down. Question number 1. What advice would you give to the successful candidate who wants to excel in their work for your company? Question number 2. Can you tell me more about the team I would be a part of in this role and their responsibilities? And question number 3, is there any further information I can read to learn more about your company while I wait to hear the result of my interview? Okay, now in the next part of this lesson, I'm going to tell you how you can instantly download my ultimate job interview preparation pack. This is a brilliant resource, and it's going to put you ahead of the competition at every job interview you ever attend. Here we go. The next thing to do if you want to download my brilliant job interview preparation pack is click the link right now in the top right hand corner of the video. Head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can have this pack in your inbox literally within 2 minutes from now. Here's what you get when you download my pack. You will get my salary negotiation script. I will teach you how to answer the difficult interview question, what are your salary expectations to get the highest salary possible? You will also get my 17 best questions to ask in a job interview. At the end of your interview, the hiring manager will say to you, do you have any questions for us? I recommend you ask 3 questions from the 17 contained in this pack. You will also get my body language techniques training. I will teach you how to create a brilliant impression throughout your job interview. You will also get my 30, 60 and 90-day plans for job interviews, and also my top 25 best words to say in an interview. You will also get my interview closing statement. I will teach you what to say at the end of your job interview to close it professionally. And as if that wasn't enough, you will also get my ready-made CV and resume templates plus 50 brilliant answers to difficult interview questions. If you want all of this right now, click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thousands of you are passing your job interviews at the first attempt. I can only help you if you are subscribed, and please give the video a like because that really does motivate me to create more great content for you. And you can also connect with me on LinkedIn because I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It is always an honor and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you very much for watching and for supporting my YouTube channel. Have a wonderful day.